And the idea was that if Americans with a balanced government and Americans with education and reading and writing for each other would be able to participate in conversations with each other that would eventually guide the United States to wisdom and prosperity. Now, this may seem wildly idealistic to us in the 21st century, but it was a very, very powerful notion in the early 1800s. And I want you to think about not simply the fact that Americans are doing this, but that part of the reason why they do it is precisely because they're nervous and scared, because they live in this world of strangers. What do Americans have in common with each other? What do people in Maine have in common with people in Louisiana? Well, maybe they all speak English, certain kinds of values, but what you're trying to do is to begin to create a sense of an American culture. Who is an American? What do Americans believe? How do Americans behave with each other? So I don't want you to walk out of here thinking, oh, they're pretty pictures and Americans are talking to each other and everybody's getting along with each other. Precisely the reason why there's so much emphasis on education and so much emphasis on reading and writing is because people aren't behaving well with each other. They're doing horrible things to each other. They're robbing, stealing, raping, and doing all kinds of bad things. The point of the United States as an experiment was not simply could people govern themselves politically, but could people govern themselves individually? You know, the history of the world was that you had powerful monarchies and powerful churches and powerful governments to restrain people from giving in to human nature. Here you have this wild experiment that says you can actually construct a country around the idea of people going about their business, pursuing their own interests, trying to do good things, and as Jefferson said, and I quoted him last Wednesday, being left alone, basically, to make their own choices as long as they don't actually hurt each other. This is a wild idea, a revolutionary idea, and an energizing idea. So again, part of the reason why you see pictures like this is because the reality is not that. And you're trying to push people into behaving in a better kind of way.